Okay, so here we are in the lab. I want to make sure that everybody knows exactly where everything is in the lab. So I'm going to go through all of the safety equipment that we have. Over here to the left is Mr. Warren and Mr. Dugan. And the first aid kit and fire extinguisher. I believe I forgot to put that on your lab diagram. The fire extinguisher and the first aid kit. Then as we see the main workstation, here is our emergency eye wash station. Notice that there's a bucket underneath there to catch the water because it's not properly drained. You'd come over here, you would flip these black things off, you would lean your face over these spouts, and you will push this button here, and the water will come up and rinse your eyes. You're supposed to rinse your eyes for approximately 15 minutes. You see the rest of the lab here, the workstations. There's paper towel holders, ring stands, balances at each workstation, free for you to use. And as we look to the sides, you see that there's equipment and glassware, graduated cylinders, Erlenmeyer flasks, mortar and pestles. We also have funnels over here, and our stirring rods that you will be using. Stirring rods here. On the other side of the lab, if we go over here to the other side of the lab, you'll see that we have all of our beakers. This is all of our glassware, so this is where you'll need to go to get your beakers to start the experiment. More beakers over here. And then as we come over here, try and go slow. As we come over here, we've got our safety shower. If you're on fire, you're going to come over here. If you've spilled any kind of chemicals on you, you're going to come over here. Everybody else is going to leave the classroom. You're going to stand underneath the shower, pull the cord, and of course the shower will spray on you and you'll rinse for 15 to 20 minutes. There's also a fire blanket over here. If somebody's on fire, their sleeve is on fire, you can quickly pull the blanket out. They will stop, drop, and roll, and you'll cover them up with the blanket. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to light a Bunsen burner. Okay, so here we have the Bunsen burner. This is the actual Bunsen burner apparatus here. Okay, it's got a long tube. You need to make sure that there's no holes in the tube to where any gas can escape. And notice that it's going to get connected to the gas ports here. And they say gas. There are also ports that say air. That's not the one that you want to hook up to. Hook it up to the gas. When the spout is perpendicular from when the handle is perpendicular from the spout, that means it's off. In order to turn it on, you're going to make it parallel. You should be able to hear the gas coming out of the actual Bunsen burner. Here is your flint starter. Notice that if I just move it back and forth, it creates sparks. Okay? You may need to use two hands to be able to put enough pressure on that flint to create a spark if you're not very good at it. You're going to hold your flint starter above the gas Bunsen burner with it on, and you're going to strike, and it'll ignite. This takes practice. You want to make sure that your flame is controlled and that it's a good blue flame. We don't want high flying orange flames or very loud roaring flames. So you need to be able to adjust it accordingly to make a good flame that's not dangerous. You're going to hook up your Bunsen burner. You're going to hook up your wire stand or your ring stand with your wire, what is that called? Your wire, what is that called? Wire gauze? And your beaker. And this is the setup that you should have for your popcorn lab. It's very simple. We don't have 250 ml beakers, but we do have 400 milliliter beakers, so that is a modification that you'll need to put into your lab notebook. I've got all of the popcorn kernels ready. There are 5 cups with 20 popcorn kernels each in them for your 5 trials. One group will grab 1 stack of cups, either A or B. I've got oil. The oil will be separated out into beakers for each station, and then if we need more popcorn, we can always do more popcorn. These are the tongs that you're going to be using in order to shake and manipulate your beaker while there is a flame. Okay, you're going to need to shake it and stir it after you've got your popcorn kernels and your oil and aluminum foil on everything, so that way it doesn't burn. You need to use these tongs, or there might be different tongs. These have a rubber coating on them, so you're going to have to be very careful not to allow the rubber to catch fire. But these tongs are going to be used for you to be able to stir the popcorn so it doesn't burn. That's your pre-lab. You should be ready to come into the lab and get started right away.